This is the Garuda Gear Eagle 1. It's another sub 2,000 pesos Pixart 3395 gaming mouse. It's lightweight, has the latest mechanical switches, and can connect via wired Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz wireless connection. But are these features enough to lure people into buying this? Let's find out. Like I said earlier, this is yet another sub 2,000 peso Pixart 3395 gaming mouse. It's currently priced at 1595 pesos, but this price point might change again. If you have been following Garuda Gear on their social media platforms, they adjusted the original price of this gaming mouse. During their first batch of pre-orders, the Eagle 1 was priced at around 1,800 pesos. Now it's trimmed down to 1595 pesos. This price change also happened on their Condor 1 gaming mouse, wherein the initial price was above 1,000 pesos and now I think it's just above 600 pesos. So if you're eyeing this gaming mouse, my suggestion is to wait for a few weeks or months because the price might change again. The unboxing experience is quite good, to be honest. The packaging is decent and most of the information about the gaming mouse is printed on it. Inside the box, you'll see the user manual, grip tapes, the charging cable, and the gaming mouse itself. Having additional grip tapes is good in my opinion. No need to look for aftermarket grip tapes. As I mentioned earlier, the Eagle 1 is advertised as a lightweight gaming mouse. It weighs 56 grams, which is 3 grams lighter than its advertised weight. Now if we check the weight balancing, it's front heavy. To me, the weight of this gaming mouse is just fine. It's not too light and obviously it's not too heavy. Now if we look closer, the shape is somewhat similar to Xtrfy M8 with the exception of the tip of the mouse clickers. M8's mouse clickers have aggressive curves compared to Eagle 1. As for the design, it's also pretty close to Xtrfy M8. Eagle 1's side buttons look like capsule compared to M8. There's also a zigzag line below the side buttons of Eagle 1. As for the grip styles, I'm comfortable using the palm and fingertip. Using the claw grip is good too, but I prefer gaming mice with taller hands when I play using the claw grip. Build-wise, there are no creaking and flexing sounds. However, if you shake the mouse, you'll hear moving parts. These parts are the toggle switches at the bottom. But it feels like the production of this gaming mouse was rushed. I mean, if you look closer, my unit has this uneven parts, especially the zigzag line and the part near the mouse one. Also, the sticker below is not well fitted. Just like most gaming mice these days, the Garuda Gear Eagle 1 has tri-mode connection. One interesting feature of this gaming mouse is its USB-C port. It's placed on the right side. Garuda Gear moved the USB-C port to the right side to give way to its mouse clickers. The main reason for this is because, just like the shape and design, it's the same with Xtrfy M8. Actually, it's weird to put the USB-C port on the right side. However, the experience using it in wired mode is just fine. But I'm not a fan of this setup. In short, it's not for me. As for the 2.4 GHz connection, I do encounter distance issues when using the Eagle 1 on Mac OS. If the distance of the mouse from the USB dongle is around 1.5 meters, the mouse is lagging. However, these issues I encountered are not replicable on Windows. Everything is smooth so far when I use the gaming mouse on Windows. So if you're planning to use this gaming mouse on Mac, my suggestion is to make your USB ports near the gaming mouse to avoid the aforementioned issue. The Garuda Gear Eagle 1 has 300 mAh of battery capacity. I think this is the baseline of lightweight gaming mice when it comes to battery. The uptime of this gaming mouse lasted for 2 days with an average daily usage of 9 to 10 hours a day. Roughly, the total uptime of Eagle 1 in my testing is more or less 20 hours. In this testing, I did not turn on the battery saving feature, which turns off the lighting of the indicator when holding or moving the mouse. By the way, this toggle switch can be found in the software. Also, in this testing, I only used the 2.4 GHz wireless connection. However, when I turned on the battery saving feature, the uptime of this gaming mouse increased. The battery lasted for 21 to 25 hours. So if you already got this gaming mouse, my suggestion is download the software right away and turn on the battery saving feature. As for the charging time, it's around 2.5 hours. When the battery is in critical condition, the LED indicator will blink red, and when you charge it, the indicator will emit a steady red light. Once it's fully charged, it will return to its corresponding DPI setting. Since it has tri-mode connection, you can use the gaming mouse while charging. For RGB lovers, this gaming mouse has no RGB lighting unlike most gaming mice out in the market. The only lighting you'll see is the battery indicator / DPI indicator / mode indicator. So yeah, if you're an RGB fan, I think this mouse is not for you. Like I said earlier, the Garuda Gear Eagle 1 has a Pixart 3395 optical mouse sensor. Out of the box, the implementation of Garuda Gear is good, but sometimes I mistakenly think the stuttering is caused by the sensor. This stuttering that I experience is because of the distance of the dongle receiver from the mouse, like I mentioned earlier. As for the overall performance of the sensor, I did not experience overshooting or spinouts during my testing. Also, you can adjust the settings of the sensor like LOD and motion sync via the software. This software can be downloaded from the Garuda Gear website. Aside from the LOD and motion sync, you can adjust the essentials like DPI settings, polling rate, and debounce time. The DPI increments can be adjusted via the slider or by entering values by 50s. Also, you can toggle the battery saving feature and the amount of idle time before the gaming mouse goes to sleep mode. You can also see the battery status of this gaming mouse inside the software. Okay, moving forward, out of the box, the mouse feet of Eagle 1 are not smooth enough when gliding. Also, it seems like it needs some break-in time for it to have a smoother gliding experience. Since I've been using this gaming mouse for almost 2 weeks now, the skates are starting to get smoother when gliding. Actually, this is different from their previous releases where the gliding experience of Hawk 1 and Condor 1 is smooth right off the bat. But the thing here is that the skates are replaceable and you can apply different skates according to your liking. Now if you check the clickers, the Garuda Gear Eagle 1 is using one of looping touch switches. The ductility is just fine and I don't feel any discomfort after diving from long gaming sessions. However, there's no response if you happen to press the tip of mouse 1 and mouse 2 near the middle. By the way, here's a quick sound test. The ductility of the side buttons are okay too, but they are a bit slippery because of their coating. Garuda Gear used KLGM 4.0 for these side buttons, by the way. The Garuda Gear Eagle 1 has TTC gold encoder for the scroll wheel. The scrolling experience is good, to be honest, and I also like the ductility of it. The rubber used is good too and it doesn't attract too much dust. But it's wobbly, which I think is because of the gap between the mouse clickers. Now if you check the coating, it's slippery, especially if you have dry hands. I think this is the reason why there are free grip tapes included in the package. To me, the coating of this gaming mouse is just good for its price. To be honest, I did not expect more with regards to the coating since it's a budget gaming mouse. The Eagle 1 is good for its price. Good thing I did not encounter any major issues when I tested it, although I do have a few concerns. First is the build quality of this gaming mouse. As you have seen earlier, there are uneven parts of the mouse, that's why I think the production of this was rushed. Another concern is the part of the mouse clickers near the middle because it's unresponsive. And my last concern are the mouse gates. It's not smooth when gliding and it needs break-in time. Moreover, I think this gaming mouse is not for everybody because of the USB-C port. It's placed in a peculiar spot. Some might like it and some might not. Personally, I'm not a fan of this design. I still prefer the USB-C port to be placed in its usual spot. Now, will I recommend buying this? To be honest, it's difficult to recommend it because of the build quality issues I encountered and the unusual placement of the USB-C port. I think for people who want to experience a cheaper gaming mouse with Pixart 3395, this gaming mouse is for you. But for people who want a good overall gaming mouse, there are better options. And that's it guys, we have reached the end part now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Till our next, goodbye.